Hello and happy Monday. How are you? And welcome to this week's Monday message. And welcome to anybody who is new to my feed. And if this is the first time that you've ever seen me, watched me, heard me, come across any one of my posts, then welcome and thank you very much for being here. I'm Ali Mortimer. I am a mentor and coach to women who really value and love life, have a real love, passion, or really value their health, their holistic health, mental, physical, and emotional, and know how important that is in order to experience a beautiful life. I work with people who love relationships, who really value relationships. I work with people who really, really value and appreciate their purpose in life, whether that be in business for themselves, whether that be working in corporate, in law, whether it's being a medic, whatever you do, and you love what you do or want to love what you do, then you're in the right place, because that's what I really value. I value my health, I value my family. Did I talk about family? So important, up there, number one. My family, my purpose, my mission, my job, and all of it, my friends, everything. What I value most, really, and what I've come to understand really in this last year is how much I value living and loving my life. And everything that I want to do is going to contribute to that mission and that purpose in my life, to live and love my life. And for that, you're going to need your health, mental, physical, and emotional. It's about having the loving people around you. It's about doing something that you love, about the people and where you go. So that's really what I'm all about. And welcome here to my page. And what I've determined in this real last month is a newfound mission and purpose for my brand. And that's really what I wanted to come in and talk to you about today. The journey that I have been on, because this journey that I've been on over the summer has taught me so much, and it's brought back so many of the principles that have helped me so many times throughout my life, throughout my career, throughout my health, throughout my relationships. And I really wanted to come in and bring this as a Monday message to you. And that message is finding the courage to change. And I believe that there are some critical factors that can really help you do that. Find that courage to make that next bold move, whether that be in your health, whether that be in your relationships, your marriage, whether that be in your career or your purpose, whether that be in your friends, in your environments, where do you want to go? All of these things, and the two tips and practices that I want to share with you, the two things that really landed for me, can help you in any shape or form, whatever you feel, wherever you feel like you are stagnated or stuck or frustrated with. I believe I'm going to just give you two keys that are going to unlock your ability to get clarity and to find the energy and the impetus to make that move, make that change, or make the changes that you know are possible, but for some reason you're just not taking. I know, because I've been there, and I wanted to share my journey. So a little bit of a story first, then I'm going to talk to you about the practices and the strategies really that I have used, and then give you some journaling prompts so that you can go away and really get clarity and make those moves for you. So if I'm speaking to you and this is really landing, really resonating for you, then please stick with me. We've got so much going on, or I have got so much to share with you as I've really landed this September and come back with a massive, energetic, excited energy for what is to come in my brand. So for those of you who've been with me for a while, what you'll know is that, or remember that back in April, I felt really complete in the business that I had been running called The Limitless CEO. And I had really recognized that I wanted to give myself a little bit of space and time. As with letting go of anything, there is a period of healing. There is a period of space, this period of, you probably heard people talk about a void. It's like that momentary sigh as you change gears, as you come out from something and as you move on to the next thing. I always think about it like changing gears in an old-fashioned car, if you still use a gear stick car, or a little bit like breathing. When you take a breath in, there's that gentle pause before you start to breathe out. And that's really what I wanted to give myself over the course of this summer. 3 months to go and experiment, to go and play, to go and really work out what it was that I wanted to do in terms of my coaching business and my brand, and how I wanted to be in service to women. And primarily I needed that space and that time for me to, as I said, heal, to really, really get back in touch with myself, my passions, what I wanted to do, and really give myself some space to be with my family. I've got 2 boys, for those of you who don't know. They are 14 and 15. They are full of life, and I want to experience my life with them. This was a summer of living and loving, just like this whole year for me has been about living and loving. And I really wanted to give myself the space and the time and the headspace to let all of that land and just really, really embrace that for me. I keep looking at my notes because I'm sharing something from my journal, so I can share this with you as it happened for me just over the course of the last couple of weeks. Very warm in here in the UK today, which is lovely. And what I've found in giving myself this space and time is that I have actually come full circle. And that really is quite a beautiful thing. And one of the things that I recognized as I've done this reflection of this summer is I naturally went back to one of the very first strategies that I used when I started my first business in coaching and as a mentor back in 2018. And that was really to reconnect with why I started working as a coach, being a mentor. Why? Why had I left my lovely big job, a job that I loved, that was very, very exciting, I was very passionate about, had nice paychecks, had good potential, it had pensions, it had car bonuses, all of those wonderful things. I had a wonderful team. We were doing groundbreaking things in IT and in the retail space. Why did I leave that? And I reconnected back with that because I was finding it so hard to love everything that I was doing and really give as much attention and time to my children as I wanted to, who at the time were about 7 and 8, maybe a bit younger actually, 5 and 6 at that point in time. I was really struggling. There was some real tension in my marriage. My health was terrible. I was constantly on this cycle of being ill every 3 months. My weight was not where it was. My self-esteem was low. I never had any time for me. We were out all the time. It just, my life just felt like I was in this not roller coaster, almost like this cycle, this hamster wheel of always on the go and never really having a breather or any kind of time. And until my body actually stopped me. So my mental health stopped me. The grief for my mum became overwhelming. The tension in my marriage that caused the separation became overwhelming and just too much for me to cope with in terms of big jobs, big issues. I couldn't cope with it. And so I gave myself some space at that point in time to get myself better. And as I got myself better, I really, really educated myself on holistic health, the mental, the physical, the emotional. I looked into why my mum had got Alzheimer's. I looked into why I was getting sick all the time. We did the work on our marriage. We did the work on my health. We did the work on where I wanted to go. And after 1 year, after taking so much time to really focus in on this, I recognized what it was that I wanted to do. In learning so much about the health space, the physical, the mental, the emotional, and going on this journey of really creating this beautiful life that made me feel good, that made me feel happy, I knew that that's what I wanted to do, was to go and help women who were just like me. To go back and help and support women who were in those corporate jobs that they loved, because I loved mine, but were struggling with the overwhelm of trying to do everything all at the same time. And if I had had those tools, those strategies, the mindset, the physical health knowledge, the mental health knowledge, the emotional awareness, the emotional intelligence, if I had all of that in my toolbox while I was still working and looking after young children and trying to look after my health and hold my marriage together, perhaps everything wouldn't have fallen apart in the way that it had done. And after this year of really focus on healing myself, of finding my way back to happiness, my dad said, "I am so proud of you. What are you going to do next?" And I heard myself come out of my mouth say, "I'm going to go and help other women do what I've just done." But so that they don't have to take a year to do it, so that they don't have to do all the reading, the courses, the programs. I'm going to be there to help them in the moment. And that's what I did. So I started my first business in 2018 and it was called Heal Yourself Happy. And I spent 2.5 years sharing the tools and the technology, maybe it was a bit of technology, tools, the tips, the techniques, the practices with countless women. I helped thousands of women during the pandemic when not only were they working, when they had their kids at home, when they were looking, when the pressure was on their relationships, I was there giving free meditations and mindfulness and tips on health. I was supporting my private clients. I was running programs. I helped thousands of women through those 2.5 years, and the testimonials and the credentials I gathered were mind-blowing. They were fueled my heart, and I loved it. But also during lockdown, I also got lots of requests for other women to help them start their own businesses with their mindset, help them understand more about manifestation and creating that life that I created with that balance of life and love and health. And that's when we started The Limitless CEO, and I ran that business, which I also loved, for 2 years. But what I found at the beginning of this year was that with more and more women going back into work, the same issues were coming back. And the women that I've been helping are the women who, again, were coming across this like juggle of, now I'm back in the office, that's also hard. Now I'm back to work and I've still got my kids and my health and out and about, everything. That overwhelm is still there. Just because the pandemic wasn't there, there was still this level of overwhelm of so much, plus the social anxiety, plus the worry about health. And what I said in the pandemic, it still rings true, that health and happiness is our number one defense. It's our number one line of defense to help us with our immunity. And so all of this was coming back. But with this time, although I say I've come full circle with so much more knowledge and so many more tools and techniques because of the experience that I've had, because of the experiences my clients have had. And it has been the most incredible 5 years in business. But what it has helped me do, as I sat going through all of this, why did I start? And why do I want to continue? Came back to that very, very, very same thing. I want to help women be happy. I want to help women live and love their life. I want to help women with their health, mentally, physically, emotionally, with their relationships, with their purpose. I want to help them create their own definitions of success so that they feel good about themselves, about who they're with, and about what they're doing without shame. Because they too, like me, value their health, value their families, value their relationships, value their work and their purpose. And that is why I do what I do. And why I'm reigniting this brand this September to really help the women who are on this same mission as I am, really to live and love life with all of that and create this beautiful balance of life with all of it, because that's what it is. It's not balancing one or the other. It's trying to find this beautiful dance with all of it. And only you can find that. I have found my way, and I love to help women find their way. And the thing is, once you find one way, then holidays start. Or you get a big project at work, but you've got the tools and the tips and the questions to ask yourself. How can I readdress this balance? Because this dance of finding balance is sometimes quick and it's sometimes slow. Sometimes it's a foxtrot, sometimes it's a waltz. And sometimes you've got lots of people on the dance floor with you and sometimes you don't. But it's a beautiful dance and you get to dance it and you get to enjoy it and you get to love it. And that is why I do what I do. I want to see more women out there dancing to their beautiful beats and enjoying it. So reconnecting with my why was so incredibly powerful this summer. Why do I do this? Why do I want to do it? Why do I love it? Why? That is such a powerful question. And one of the books on my bookshelf is Simon Sinek's book, Start With Why. If you've ever watched his TED Talk, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you haven't watched that, please do go and Google it. Simon Sinek, Start With Why. Always start with your why, because this is going to give you that driving force behind you. We're talking about finding the courage to change, finding the courage to move, and finding your why deeply connected with you is going to give you that, just like it has me. Reconnect with why you do what you do. And I want you to look at where it is that you're feeling frustrated or stuck, whether it is within your health, whether it's within your relationships, whether it's within your marriage. It could be a relationship with a child, whether it's I've said health, relationships, whether it's in your work and your purpose, whether it's where you live. Ask yourself that question and put it within the context of the area that you want to change. Why do you want to change your health? Why do I want to change my health? Why do I want to change my weight? Why do I want to change my mood? Why do I want to change my work? Why do I want to change where I live? Why? Find out why, and only you know that. I've got some journaling questions to ask you at the end, so stay tuned, and then you can write them down. But finding your why is going to be so powerful to give you that boost from behind to move you to make the change. So that was the first thing that really helped me that I wanted to share with you today in this Monday message. The second thing was actually really interesting because while yes, I've come kind of like full circle, the second thing that I really wanted to think about was, or what I've recognized that has really given me this boost, this real boost and push. Yes, I had the push from behind, but it was also, I needed to look forward. It's like plugging in this sat nav. I can still have this power from behind, but if I don't know where I'm going, I might just end up going round and round the roundabout, which is kind of a little bit what I was doing over this summer. It was like, I need a direction. I need to come off the roundabout now. I've got my energy. I'm going round and round. This is really great. I've got my why, but which direction do I want to take this in? And it was reconnecting back with one of the statistics that I found back in April that really helped me make that first initial move to complete the Limitless CEO and restart my XO Ali Mortimer brand. And it was that 81% of women in the last year, so 2022-23, have felt so overwhelmed that they felt unable to cope. And it was really reconnecting with that again that really gave me my mission and a vision and a real solid purpose. So this was the second thing that I wanted to share with you. If you would like to move from wherever you are now, whatever your situation is, in one of those many areas of your life, and I would say maybe just pick one rather than trying to do it all at one time. Pick one. When you've got that momentum from your why, you now need to know how to come off that roundabout by giving yourself direction and a vision and a purpose and a direction and where you want to go. And to me, that's your mission, that's your purpose. So my mission is to help reduce that 81% because that is shockingly high for the proportion of women in the UK, which is pretty much 51%, I believe, of the population of the UK is women. So that is a lot of people, a lot of women who have been feeling overwhelmed. And I know Jeremy Hunt has also written an article on it. Didn't need to read his article to know that, really. But that's a shocking number of women that I want to help and support with the tools. And that's why I'm coming on here and sharing these tools and tips for free, because they've helped me and I want to help you. And if you know somebody in your life who's also feeling overwhelmed, then please direct them here. Share this video, tag them in it, and help them reconnect with not only their why, but also their mission. Why do they want to change? So I really wanted to help bring that to life for you. So if we go back to, which area do you feel stuck in? Where are you feeling frustrated? Where are you not making the moves that you really want to? Can be your health. Again, it can be your relationship, it can be your work, it can be so many different things. But if we just look at that, it's about, where am I going? What is my vision? What is it that I want to create? Can I visualize it? Can I see it? What is my mission and my purpose? Can you give yourself that? That quote, that statistic gave me a mission and a purpose and a vision. I knew what I was going to be doing and how I was going to be doing it and who I was going to be serviced. And it just gave me this tunnel vision of absolute clarity. And that is what you need to create for yourself to give you that forward pull. You've been given your push from behind that's given you that momentum. And now you almost want to be pulling yourself along. You want to be drawn to a vision of what you want to create. Can you see yourself doing what it is that you want to do, being what you want to be, whether that's in a relationship, improved your health, changed your job? Can you see it? Because the minute you can see it and you can feel it, then you can move, and it's going to give you that courage to change. And that is what's given me the energy to come back into this very, very bold brand with my hot pinkness. Despite everything that's been going on in the last couple of weeks, it has given me that drive, and I believe it's just such a beautiful feeling. So I've got some journaling prompts for you if you would like them. I am going to read them out for you now, so you can come back and watch the replay if I speak them too quickly for you, but just think about them as I'm saying it. So we're going to go to the first strategy, which is why. I want you to just think, first of all, which area of your life again do you want to change? Just put it in that context. Don't try and broaden it to be too much. Which one is going to give you that biggest bang for your buck? Go back to Pareto's law, the 80-20 rule. Which one bit is going to have the maximum effect? Is changing your health going to also then help you at work or in your marriage or in your relationships or with your children? Or will resolving some issues within your relationships help you with, your health and your performance at work? Vice versa, is there something at work that's really causing you some problem, that's impacting your health, that's impacting your relationships? Maybe that's where you need to focus. So find the one that is going to have the biggest ripple effect and apply it there. Why do you want to change? Why? Why do I want to make this change in this area? And allow yourself to free write the answers. Don't try and second guess yourself. This is about you connecting with what you really know deep down, and it might be a bit scary, but just see it on paper. Why do I want to make this change? The second question I ask myself, why is it important to me? Why is making this change important to me? How will I feel when I make this change? What will be different about me when I make this change? And then these next questions are actually the same questions, but with somebody else in mind. So why is making this change important to my family? What is the impact that it can have on my family, on my partner, on the people that I live with? What is the ripple effect on them when I make this change? How will their lives improve? Because I've made the change, because I've found the courage to make this change. Similar questions. How will this help me? And why is this important to my colleagues, to my peers, the people that I work with, to my team, to my peers, to the people who I look to lead with? Ask yourself, if I make this change, what's the ripple effect there in my work? Think about all the people whose lives you could touch by making a change. How will my improving this or changing this improve and benefit them? And my favourite one is always apply the same questions to a stranger. How will this improve the life of a stranger? I'll come to that in a minute, my answers on that one. We can put health there as an example, because sometimes I know sometimes when I hear people ask me these questions, I'm like, oh, I don't know. Think about if we put this in the context of your health. Why is it improving my health important to me? My health is important to me because I want to be around for as long as I possibly can for my children. I want to have the mental clarity, the headspace, the memories. I want to have the physical strength, the physical energy to keep up with them. I don't want to be shouting at them all the time, so I want to be able to keep my emotions in check. That's so important for me. How is that important to my family? Well, if I'm happy, they're happy. If I've got all of this and if I can stay with them, then they're going to be happy. I know what it's like to have parents still alive. When we've got children, I want that for my children. Also, when I look after my health, I'm in such a better space for them because I'm not being upset and angry about whatever it is. I'm not frustrated about my weight. I'm not in my head. I'm not thinking or self-sabotaging myself that I could have done better. I don't project onto them. I project onto them less. In fact, I've got much more patience. I've got much more headspace. So looking after my health is really important to my family. They benefit from me looking after my health. What about my colleagues and my clients? Well, they get the best out of me. If I'm feeling my best, my clients, the people that I work with, they also get the best of me. So it's so important for me to prioritize my health. And how about the stranger? Well, do you know what? If I'm looking after my health, I'm not in my head berating myself. So I'm more likely to recognize that there's a stranger and give them a smile. So they will benefit from my smile. So can you see that you're giving yourself not only the reasons why it's important for you, but for so many? And that can give you that driving force. Can you imagine making the changes for so many people that not only you making the change, but so many people in your world are going to make that change, feel the benefit of that change. So take some time on those journaling prompts, come back and watch the replay and take them down and just really, really think about that. What is your ripple effect if you're brave enough to make this move? The second thing we talked about, or I shared with you, was about having that really strong vision, that really strong mission, that purpose. And I found mine in that quote, in that statistic. It was like, ooh, I'm so connected with that. I want to change that. That is my mission. How can I be in service? I want to help. Okay, I'm going to go away and work out exactly what my strategy is in order to support this mission, this vision, my vision of reducing 81 down by a percent, by a percent, by a percent, one woman at a time. It's like the starfish analogy. Can't change and help the millions of women out there, but I can help change the life of one, and then another one, and another one. If you're watching this, I'm hoping I'm changing your life one by one by one. And for me, that is just as important as helping the masses, because I also believe that by helping one, your ripple effect of feeling better is also going to help so many more. So my vision is clear, my purpose is clear, my mission is rock solid. So give yourself that rock solid vision of what you can see, how you're going to get there, your purpose. Give yourself a plan. Give yourself a plan. Now, some people might see this as a goal. My husband loves goals. He loves short-term goals, like going for a bike ride. He's out there. He's really looking after himself. He focuses on his nutrition. He's out there cycling. He's looking after himself. Personally, I'm a longer-term visionary. It's like I'm not very good with deadlines and timelines. I love to have space and freedom. So for me, this is about longevity. My health is about longevity. My business is about longer term vision and mission and purpose. I'm not going to change 81% overnight, but over time, I know that I can chip away and help one by one by one by one. I also looked at this vision and mission and I said, you know what? Okay, how does this again help me? How does this help you? How does this help others? The bigger picture here. So for me, I love doing this work. This fuels me. I'm so passionate about all of this that it fuels me, and I can't wait to talk more. I have so many ideas and I love sharing it, and I love the feedback, and I love the impact that it has on my clients, and also all of you watching, all of my followers. That fuels me. How does it help you? How does it help my clients? I believe that they then feel good, and through them feeling good, it also helps others feeling good. So the ripple effect is massive, and that is why I love this as well. So that's what I want to leave you with. Go away and reconnect with your why. Why are you doing this? Give yourself some momentum and some energy that's kind of like pushing you from behind. It feels to me like it's being pushed from behind. It's got me up and out of my chair. And I might be going around a bit like a headless chicken, which is why you need this vision, this mission, this clarity on whatever it is that you want to change. What does it look like in the future to you? And then start making that plan towards it. So in terms of a strategy and a plan, I wanted to share a little bit about that. What can you tap into? So if you are one of those 81% of women who've been struggling to cope and feeling overwhelmed, or even if you're just one of the many women out there who want to create this beautiful life of trying to, how do I juggle all of this, then please stay tuned and stay tapped in here, because I'm going to be sharing so much more about how I am able to do that and how I am doing it in the moment, just like I have done today. Now, as of next week, I'm coming in. These messages, these Monday messages are actually going to move to midweek. So we're going to be moving to midweek messages. It'll be your midweek boost. I'm going to be doing that because on Mondays, we've got, very excitingly, we are going to be starting the Monday meditations. So just like I did in lockdown, I want to give you a mini break from your life. Just come in and jump in a Zoom with me. We're going to be going through some beautiful meditations to give yourself that calm, to restore you back to your parasympathetic state so that you can feel calm, so that you can feel good, so that you can take everything off, so you can feel weightless. That is my goal, for you to feel weightless. There's so many things for you to be juggling. I would love for you to feel that weightlessness that you can do in the dance. Give yourself that time. So you can get notifications for all of that. There's a link in my link tree. Go in and register. They're completely free. You can come and join me live, and I will send you the recordings afterwards, or you can just get the recordings if you can't join me at the allocated time. So please do go and register those so you get the links and you can come in and join me for those. So that's Monday meditations, midweek messages, and then of course we've got the Life Labs and the Love Clubs. So that is how I'm going to be serving more people as well. So more Life Labs to come. The next one is HRT Cubed, talking about my journey this summer of how the perimenopause and the menopause has been impacting me, and then also all of the tools and the tips that I have been using from both a medical point of view, the conversations that I've had, the decisions and why I've made them, but also having this health reset time, really restoring my health and going back to basics. I'm going to be sharing everything that I have done, both from mental, physical and emotional. And then the last piece of the puzzle is a really exciting HRT. Did you notice? We've got HRT as in hormone replacement treatment. We've got HRT as in health reset time. And then the final one is going to be something that I haven't talked about at all, but it's been one of the most amazing things that I've used to help me get through and navigate the perimenopause and the menopause. So that is the Next Life Lab. If you'd like more information on that, please go and check it all out on my website or link in my link tree, or you can just drop me an email, or you can find me in messages and I will send you some more information. That is going to be released sometime this month, and then you can join the Love Club if you want to come in and talk about it, or connect with other like-minded women in my membership. So that is very exciting, again, if you want some more information on that. I've also got private coaching. I only take a very small handful of women private coaching because I pride myself in a very high level of support for those women. That is what I have found has worked so well for so many of my clients. So if that's one of you, please do drop me a DM and let's have a conversation. I hope you've enjoyed today's Monday message. I'll be back next week with the midweek message, and I'm going to be somewhere really exciting next week. I'm not going to tell you where I'm going, but you might want to join me for a very, very special edition of the very first midweek message next week. Lots of